with your children.
Useless.
The spirit of Alexander looks bitterly dejected. He turns to you.
My journey has ended, but the world still needs a divine. Tell me, have you learned how to enter the council yet? Not so hasty. I have to know your intentions before I help you. What do you mean to do with the power of divinity if you succeed? You will do, Godwoken. Rallic, Vrogir, and Zolstissa favored the sun, while Duna, Tyrsendilius, Xantetza, and Amadia favored the moon. Align their idols thusly at the entrance to the council. Then there's the lever. It requires a great power source. I had one. Perhaps it's still with my remains. Otherwise, you must scour the island. Farewell, Godwoken. I hope you don't disappoint.
What a strange device.
The doors loom above you, one step closer to the council, one step closer to divinity. The others must surely be thinking the same. After all, only one of you can ultimately ascend. Time for an honest discussion, perhaps.
Well, well, well. This is, as they say, it. Divinity. Surreal, is it not? So much more insubstantial, almost, than desiring an empire, or vengeance, or fame. That said, I'll not deny I very much aspire to the surreal. No greater emperor than the one that sits on the throne of gods.
He sighs deeply.
Oh, you'll probably think this highly uncharacteristic of me, but I'm inclined to agree. This journey of ours, this strange and violent pilgrimage, it has changed some preconceptions. It's not so much that my desires have changed, it's that they've multiplied. They were like a diamond kept hidden in a secret pocket for none but me to see. But then the diamond was forced into the open, held against the light. And in that light, so many colors I never knew were there. Sadder, the promise of dragons. I value them more highly now even than divinity. The final prize is yours. I'm content to follow a more unexpected path.
Looks like we're at the end of the line. Look, divinity is an immense responsibility. All that power, it corrupts. I saw what it did to Lucian, a soldier like me. I won't let that happen to anyone else, for their sake, and the sake of Rivellon. I must ascend. You're right. I can trust you. Every step of the way, you've been there for me.
He nods once, decisively.
I'll support you. Let's go.
The Academy. My Academy. This place was home once. Now I'm not sure what home even means. But I know one thing. I may be the last of my line, but the hope for my people lives on through me. I must try to save them. I must ascend. It is the only way to guarantee that my race will never be snuffed out. Perhaps you do know best. Curious. I was sure I would burst into flames if I ever uttered those words. Oh well. Come, Godwoken. Let's claim your destiny.
So this is the ancient Academy of the Eternals.
I suspect it has seen better days.
A bit like yourself.
The Voidwoken rears its head as you approach, its beady eyes looking past you. You glance over your shoulder and see Fane staring at it, transfixed.
You.
The Voidwoken hisses as Fane approaches. It calls him traitor, but it calls him brother too. Fane's drive to uncover the universe's secret saw the Eternals cast into the void. His hubris saw his people turned into Voidwoken. But the Voidwoken offers him a chance to redeem himself, to rejoin his people. If he accepts the God King's covenant, all will be forgiven. The Voidwoken claims that the Eternals can return to this world, that Fane can be home again. The skeleton looks back at you.
I'm sorry, brother. I cannot see this land destroyed just so we can rebuild our more imperfect world. I have a new home now.
Very well, traitor. Side with your mortal pets. Share their fate.
A Voidwoken stares intently at you. This creature seems different. It sways with a sinewy purpose. Intelligence glints in its eyes.
Step back, Hanola. The time of mortals draws to a close. We have returned to claim what is ours. We have returned to claim the world. We are not the void, mortal. We are of the world. When we were banished, you were made. You owe your entire existence to us. You owe us everything. We were betrayed by the 7 usurpers. They took our powers and used them to create you. They sent us to the void and thought we'd never return. They were wrong. And now they will face the wrath of the king. They were little more than local barons, until Fane the traitor found the veil. In their greed, the 7 tore its fabric. This gave them power. It made them gods. And it let the void into the world, and saw us banished to its clutches. You left us no choice. We had no other tools. We shall return, and then we shall cast out the void. Do not resist us. We shall be who we once were, and the world shall be restored to what it was before we were betrayed. Because of that betrayal, you exist. Because of what was stolen from us, you exist. Because of the powers we lost, you exist. We will have them back. But we will not fight your husk, mortal. The time will come when the thieving coward inside of you must step out, if it can still walk. You shall end then.
What you were told hangs in the air like a noxious cloud. The Voidwoken were Eternals, robbed of their source in order to create you. They allied themselves with the Void so they could return.
What they pursued for power, which is what they're doing still. One has to admire their tenacity.
Progress is annihilation of one way of life by another. I guess we're progress.
My people. What have they done to you? This cannot stand. You must be restored.
Perhaps we can harness its power somehow.
An automaton still and silent before you. A faint glow pulsates from within its chest cavity, dormant perhaps. A compartment in the side of the contraption appears to be empty. There's a part missing. The capacitor sparks and fizzles. Then, the pulsating light begins circulating throughout the automaton. It rises. The automaton looms above you. A lone, glowing eye takes you in dispassionately.
A fresh Godwoken ready for induction. Very good. I am here to serve. This is the Academy. It is a place of great learning. I am the Seneschal. I serve both those who teach and those who come to learn. Those like you. Allow me to show you. The Academy exists to help unveil the divine from amongst the Godwoken. You must enter the temple, then prove yourself in the arena of the One. Godwoken should be able to enter without issue. It seems that the Academy has been impeded due to neglect or interference. I appear to have been tampered with. Whoever is responsible may have caused similar damage elsewhere. Apologies, Godwoken. I trust you will be able to overcome any difficulties. It's quite simple. Defeat all others. Discipline is paramount.
Looks like a library. Books. How thrilling.
If you want anything read to you, I'd be happy to help.
I think I'm missing something here.
You are Leonard Rawle. You are a Godwoken and a thief. You keep your secrets well, even from yourself. You are Leonard Rawle, Godwoken, thief. If you can't earn a place in Lucian's shadow, you're going to steal it. You think you'll find advantage in the Forbidden Library. But first you have to steal the keys. Your tutors have one each, but you can't risk getting caught. You'd earn yourself a trip to the Chancellor's chamber, one from which you suspect you would not return. Your best friend, Redulus, was your rival. You knew that he was weak. You made sure the Chancellor knew it too. And while your friend was in the Chancellor's secret room, you stole the capacitor from the Chancellor's own table. But then you heard a noise. You heard the sound of your best friend's murder. You fled. You hid the capacitors you had taken and set out to steal the rest. You were lurking here, plotting, when you were overtaken with a sense of love. You felt at peace. You felt Lucian's hand on your shoulder. You did not feel the sword blade enter your back. A hunger rises deep within you, a desire for the spirit source. This yearning is not yours, but it demands satisfaction. The hunger dies away, for now. You pause. Lucian was the Divine. Why would he want to harm anyone in the Academy, from where his successor ought to rise?
To rule is to be ruthless when the occasion calls for it. The occasion simply must have called.
The Divine killed far more than Godwoken. He wasn't worthy of the name.
Oh, why do humans do anything? The man was probably driven mad with power. An Eternal would have no such issues.
The ghost's memories slip easily into your mind. His name is Candor, and he thinks he's ready to ascend. He thinks he can be Godwoken, ready to step up should Lucian lose the war. He's wrong. He'll die. He did die before he even made it to the Chancellor to ask for permission to fight in the Arena of the One. And what's more, he was murdered. You are Candor, and you are, you believe, ready to step up. Your tutors disagree, but you want the Chancellor to hear your case. Instead, you find a man you've never met, a great and powerful sorcerer. And as his shadow falls upon you, you realize that this is Lucian the Divine himself. He gives you a smile of the utmost benevolence and grace, and you realize, as Candor, that you are far from ready. You turn and flee towards the library to warn your tutors, but Lucian is too fast. He cuts you down. You're Candor the Godwoken, dead by the hand of the Divine. A hunger rises deep within you, a desire for his source. This yearning is not yours. The hunger dies away. The spirit of a rather old man dodders around, seemingly oblivious to the condition of the room. He turns and offers you a genial smile.
Ah, a new student. I admire your enthusiasm, but I'm just about to close the gallery for the evening. You'll have to return in the morning.
The ghost frowns with confusion, then wags a reprimanding finger at you.
You're new, so I won't report your insolence. But you had better learn some manners if you hope to make use of the gallery. All the powers that a Godwoken needs are documented in these tomes. The gallery is the most important part of the whole Academy as far as I'm concerned. I will not allow it to be disrespected.
An elegant and intelligent-looking lizard. She gives you a haughty look, then turns away. A hunger rises deep within you. The hunger dies away, for now. Her memories flow into you as water to a stream. You are Tarian Grey, you are Godwoken, but you will not be divine. You know this because you are in love with a colleague and rival. You are in love with Redulus, and he is in love with you. You have agreed to leave the Academy together, but now Redulus is missing. Redulus went to see the Chancellor, and you have not seen him since. You're on your way to the Chancellor's chambers when a man's voice calls your name. Lucian the Divine cups your chin. And a gentle pain stabs your heart. Lucian smiles at you, and then is gone, and you worry so for Redulus. Believing it comes from her own mind, she realizes the truth. She was murdered by Lucian the Divine. Redulus too must be dead, or he would have come for her by now. She bows her head and cries. She knows Redulus went to see the Chancellor in his chambers. She did not know that Lucian was already there. She weeps.
I think I'm missing something here. I'm missing something here. Ah! I think I'm missing something here. I can't make heads nor tails of this. Ah, locked.
Yes.
An automaton, massive and imposing, creaks to life as you approach.
You must leave. I am an automaton. I recognize and respond. Do not presume that I have self-awareness. Now you must leave. You are not divine. You must leave or die. You can not win this fight.
The spirit of a robed woman casts a critical eye over you.
You're an impressive specimen, Godwoken. I can always spot when a pupil has put effort into developing their strength. Bravo! But there's always room for improvement. Say the word, and I will do what I can to bolster your strength even further. There is a price, unfortunately. To excel at one skill is to neglect another. Improving your strength will sap your wits. Do you accept?